Hey everyone, welcome back to my workbench. So, I've been keeping busy painting kitchen cabinets right now, so I haven't had all the time in the world. So I did have, I had to end up finding a spare part I had for the Jaguar controller, because this one's got all chewed up rubber pads. Luckily, from all my experimenting days, I do have spare housing and brand new membrane keypad there, so that's cool. That works. And then on the IntelliVision front, what I was able to do is I came up with a new. Came up with a new profile for the lower restrictor plate, which I call it here. I noticed on, I gotta glue this all together so it doesn't come apart. I noticed on a lot of the original joysticks, they actually have a rounded square profile, and I realized, oh wow, that would really help me up in the diagonals and in the off direction. So let's see in here. So the nice thing is you go there and you can easily, that's the direction 2, and then that's direction 3, and you come over, you come down direction 4, 5. So it actually gives you really nice opens and closes compared to the previous design. I mean, it is you can feel it is a slightly squared off profile, but in terms of like being able to go from direction 1 to 2, super easy now. 1, 2, 3. So it gives me a lot better, and it gives a better feel too. Getting off into the off 16 directions. So direction 1, there's direction 15 there, or 16 I should say. You see how easy it is to get off into that direction. So this is a significant improvement over the my original design. So everything moving forward is going to have this improved restrictor plate. So I ended up 3D printing these restrictors. It's got a little wider profile than the original square, but that's just to allow, that's not that much bigger, but it was mostly to allow the upper plate here, which holds the off direction switches. So yeah, that's allows for much easier actuation, and the big advantage is I don't have to trim down the actuator lengths, because on the previous design with the round profile I actually had to trim them down like this, and now it's just the full length actuators, the original on the micro switches. So again, nice, and it gives you a nice, your diagonals are really, because it is in a corner, because it's a square profile, everything hits right at the same time. So that's actually it's going to be a big improvement. So I'm going to be calling these version 2.0, even though sorry about those I shipped the originals too. That mean they work, but this is just gives you a lot easier 16 direction experience than the original. You can hear it's just like, I mean, that's going from direction 8 to 7 right there, and then there's 6. So very consistent directional operation. Yeah, that's everything moving forward is going to be using these square restrictor plates in the bottom. That's a lot nicer feel and much easier to get into the diagonals. So my demo, the next one I have coming up is just a regular, I think a left-handed one. Yeah, I think it's a lefty. Or is it a righty? I can't remember. But then after that, I had someone ask to change it. I think it was, is it Tim? Asked to change the. I had that video last time with the purist version, which is going to have the numeric keypad with the 4 buttons, 2 on each side. The top 2 buttons are going to be the same button because that's how the original was. So the reference to the button purpose will be applicable. So that's cool. Here we are. You see here. You see on the sub hunt here. Well, the bottom 2 are the same button. Some of them do have reverse fire. The top 2 are always the same, but I'll have the buttons sitting as close as I can to be as practical cutting on the CNC without them actually bumping each other. So it'll be lined up kind of like so and like so. So when you actually, these arrows will actually indicate the proper fire buttons. And then if you're used to playing the original system where you're playing like this, you're just going to be playing like this instead, so you can do your finger thumb thing. It's because the original you did finger thumb. This will let you span the finger thumb over the keypad, so it'll get you the original feel. In the background, it's a stealth program. I am working on see if you watch these videos all the way through, you get to hear what I'm talking about here. My stealth program is I'm working on, same gentleman, somebody came up with one that used this crazy number of buttons on the bottom. And it's like, that's kind of weird. So I'm working on taking parts from a Sega control pad. Where is it? So, Sega Genesis. So what I end up doing is I'm going to be stealing this nice injected molded piece of plastic here. This is a nice piece of plastic. I'm going to 3D print what's behind here and create a new actuator. So I'm going to have at least a proper 8-way. It'll be a handheld. I'm thinking of 2 different versions. A handheld vertical, because there is already a handheld horizontal. I think it's the long play it's called. But I don't know if anyone wants to long play, make something like that horizontal with an overlay holder. Hey, if people want it, I'll make it. I'll just use a proper injection molded ABS plastic, not 3D printed. It'll be the same keypad, the same overlay holder, just in a horizontal form factor, or I'm also planning a vertical form factor. I also want to make a vertical form factor I showed last time with the full-size joystick, but for now I think the smaller handheld form factors, I want to try the little traditional gamepad, but it'll have I'll end up reusing these 3 lower buttons here, which I'll end up cutting this. I'll actually probably leave the whole PCB as it is, but I've got these nice pads I can solder to. I'll create a mount to have and drill into the enclosure for these 3, so we'll have a nice handheld closure it's in the closet right now, but handheld closure about yay big. It'll be about the same size, maybe slightly larger than the original, but it's got to be a little larger. Than you have to have the keypad in the center, but it'll be a traditional 8-way joypad on the left, and then 3 buttons on the right, and then the keypad with the overlay holder in the center. So that's the other thing I'm working on. In the meantime, I got work to do, because I have a bunch of orders I still need to crank through. And everyone, thank you for all your orders, but I'd like to get to the stealth projects and get to the I think it was the 2609, the original. I have one I still need to fix. I have not fixed, but I want to put new caps in there, recap it, add a amplifier for the AV out, so I don't have to use the RF modulator, and test that sucker out, because I want to release that version too, because I have all the cables and connectors and everything to do it, so I just need to be able to get time to do that. But in the meantime, I still have 6, 7, 8, I think 9 5200 controllers, and I still have 4 I believe, of the IntelliVisions sticking out there, so I gotta get to work, man. I'll probably just do this video a little bit longer, and again, I'm working on the Jaguar to 5200 conversion. Need that. So, like I said, I'm probably going to open source this sucker. I haven't decided yet, but I'm not really hiding how this thing works. Let me switch to a different scene here and blow this up. So this is the wiring for the, move my head out, whoa, wrong way. OBS is actually a pretty cool program, by the way. That's what I use for my all my videos here. So this is the schematic for the Jaguar 5200 conversion. So the original Jaguar top, this guy is over here. Let me see if I can scroll over there a little bit. So this is the original. This is the original top with the electrical. So what I ended up having to do is I had to cut. You have to cut a trace up here, which is the. I don't know if I marked there or not, but you gotta cut a trace up top here. Add a line here for this guy here for power. Then you have to. That's the original. This is the original. And then, in case anybody wants to take a look, it's what I ended up having to do is, let me go back to OBS so I can see what I'm doing. So what we had to do here was you have to add a wire here for the VJC, the power for it, and then I had to cut two traces. One of them, oh, you can't see my hands. Let me show you. So I ended up having to cut a couple traces. So I had to add a white wire here, which is the VJC. You have to cut a trace here to isolate this. Then I had to short between the common this guy here, and then yeah, cut, add, and then add a jumper, and that's what lets you use this as a keypad for the controller for the 5200. So start is this option, and then reset is the pause button. So the buttons are still in the same order as the original, I believe. Yeah, and then that's what gets at there. So let's see if I can get some wires on this thing. I do have to make sure I have these cables. Occasionally they swap the colors on me just for funsies. I usually go into a flat ribbon cable, like on my real 50, the big analog ones. I have different connector on there. So let's see. Let's take a look at the brown. Let me scroll over there. Brown is column 3. Make sure everything lines up. Where's my stripper? Really? I've got two of the darn things. Here it is. Brown. Ooh, that's small. Let's go to 28, see what you are. Okay, so this is... switch it, so 28. I got this plugged in here. And pin, oh my god, my eyes are getting old. Okay, I should be wearing my bifocals, but I'm not right now. Trusty meter. Come here, ye old craftsman. Make sure the wires are the right color. Brown. Oh, it reminds me I need to put a string relief on here too. Yep, that's the right one. So that's your brown is right. Brown goes to C3. Brown only goes to that bottom word. I don't have to worry about him right now. White VJC. Alright, so I'm going to get to work on this. It's hard to talk and do this wiring at the same time. I'll probably end up just doing a summary video and post the link to the schematics so you can take a look how everything works. Yeah, but yeah, the stealth projects are coming along. The big thing was the big announcement was the significant improvement on the IntelliVision True 16 controller. So that's going to be a big thing, and it's pretty noticeable how much easier it is to get into the off directions than I currently have. So if you've received one, I'm not sure if I'm going to offer an upgrade yet or not for it, but going forward, it's going to be, because those are all glued together. They all have to be like ripped apart, and they're not really good about coming apart and going back together again. So yeah, everything going forward is going to have the new joysticks, so everyone can look forward to that. And then the stealth programs, whenever I can get to them after this batch of orders, then I'll be going that way. Everyone, thank you for watching, and I'm getting back to work.